तो दोस्तों, क्या आपको पता है कि भगवान कौन है या भगवान किसे कहते हैं? अगर नहीं पता तो आइए आज हम आपके लिए एक वीडियो लेकर के आए जहां दो स्कॉलर्स अपने डिटेल डिस्क्रिप्शन में आपको भगवान के बारे बताए हैं।
जी हाँ दोस्तों, और तो चलिए आइए मिलकर इस वीडियो को देखते हैं, और अगर नए हैं तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिएगा। चलिए वीडियो को शुरू करते हैं।
Who is God? And this is the same question that was asked by the Christians to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he was, what should I answer? We can keep on speaking about God. Then the revelation came. Surah Ikhlas, chapter number 112, verse number 1 to 4. Kul huwa Allahu ahad. Say He is Allah one and only. Allahu samad. Allah, the absolute and eternal. Lam yalid, walam yulad. He begets not, nor is begotten. Walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. There is nothing like Him. This is a four-line definition of Almighty God given in the Quran. Any candidate you say is Almighty God, if that candidate fits in this four-line definition, we Muslims have got no objection in accepting that candidate as God. The first is, Kul huwallahu ahad. Say is Allah one and only. Number two, Allahu samad. Allah, the absolute and eternal. Lam yalid walam yulad. He begets not, nor is he begotten. Walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. There is nothing like Him. This is a four-line definition of Almighty God. Whoever you worship and say is God, if he fits in this four-line definition, we Muslims have got no objection in accepting that person as God. Hope that.
The soul is sacred for people. The body is filthy. How is it possible? Yes? That's what we've been doing, isn't it so? Saying God is sacred, creation is filthy. How is it possible? The very thought of God occurred to you only because you saw creation, isn't it? When you were born and you opened your eyes, you looked around, so much creation. Before you came here, so much has happened. Obviously, you did not create it. So you thought, there must be a creator. This is how you come to the creator, isn't it? The moment you thought there must be a creator, because you're in a human form, you thought it must be a big man. A small man like me cannot do all this. It must be a big man. Just 2 hands, how can it do so much creation? Must be 8 hands. Isn't it? Isn't it so? If you were a buffalo, you would be really thinking, God is a huge buffalo. Isn't it so? Yes or no? You go and ask a buffalo and see. A buffalo will insist, God is a huge buffalo, maybe 4 horns. You know Idi Amin? You heard of Idi Amin? The Uganda man? Idi Amin declared, God is black. I agree with him. If a white man can have a white God, why can't a black man have a black God? But both those people are confused. We know God is brown. Because he visited us, you know. Some time ago, I was talking to a group of people in Nashville in Tennessee, and I was telling them a joke. In the joke, I just referred to God as Him. Immediately a few ladies stood up. Do you believe God is a man? I knew where it's going. I said, See, I'm only telling you a joke. It doesn't matter. You said Him. Do you believe God is a man? They take the jokes very seriously. Now women are arguing, God could be a woman. Such problems exist only in those cultures. In India, we have man god, we have woman god, we have cow god, we have monkey god, we have everything. Every kind, crawling one, creeping one, flying one. Because we foresaw all the problems of the future. See, when man was the most powerful force on the planet, man was naturally God. Now women are also gaining in their power, so women are questioning, why can't it be a woman? So tomorrow suppose dogs gain lot of power which they're gaining, so dogs will ask, why not a dog god? Actually the spelling also is close, you know. You seem to be closer than you, isn't it? So your idea of God is just an exaggerated version of yourself, isn't it? Your idea of God is just an exaggerated version of yourself. See, you are still not able to define yourself, isn't it? Whatever definition you put on yourself is not correct. Any kind of definition you put on you, it is not enough to describe this one. When this small piece of creation is like this, the source of creation, how are you going to put a definition on it? You cannot define it, you cannot understand it, you can only dissolve into it. You can experience it, you can never know it, you can't make knowledge out of it. Whatever knowledge you have about God is just pure nonsense, cultural nonsense. Depending upon which kind of culture you are in, that kind of God you have, isn't it? It can only be experienced. Experience does not mean you can eat it or you can grasp it. No, you can experience only by dissolving in it. There is no other way. So, we are just looking for methods of dissolution so that we can experience something far bigger than ourselves.
दोस्तों इस वीडियो को जो है हम इसका रिएक्शन नहीं देंगे क्योंकि इसका वीडियो कई और देशों के लोगों ने भी किया है, तो उसके जो कुछ पॉइंट्स हैं हम आपके सामने पेश करना चाहते हैं कि उनका क्या मत है इस वीडियो को देखने के बाद। चलिए इसको देखते हैं।
Both of them, they gave their own views. Basically, Zakir Naik, he read and explained what's in the Quran. Then we come to Sadhguru, we explained a lot of things. He started with his humor, everyone was laughing and all that. But he was explaining, he went on to explain that, the way all these things work, we are trying to dissolve into something, we're trying to dissolve into this creation because we don't understand what is going on around us. Even we can't define ourselves. Therefore, there has to be something that is bigger than all of us.
Let's talk about सदगुरु। सदगुरु की बात मुझे बहुत सही लगी। एक जो उन्होंने कहा कि लोग चाहे कुछ भी बिलीव कर सकते हैं, भाई आप कुछ भी बिलीव।
It only depends on the country you were born. Indians are born Hinduist, most of them, because they're born in a Hindu country. If you were born in Pakistan, you would be Muslim now. It's just the pure luck. Pure luck. And if you say no, God decided that I will be born here. Let's say God you believe is wrong. Let's say Hindus are all wrong and the Muslims are right. So in the Puran, Hindus are gonna go all to hell. So God himself put all the Indians in the wrong religion, and then he's going to punish them for what he planned. That's absolutely stupidity in my.
And Sadhguru was actually right. But you know what? Right now, I'm going to actually tell you what and who God is. I'll do it right now. I'll tell you who God is right now in a very simple term. God is. That's it. God is. God is all that is. So every single thing is God.
सिद्धगुरु को लोग इसलिए फॉलो करते हैं, मतलब सिद्धगुरु किसी दीन का प्रचार नहीं करते। सिद्धगुरु को लोग इसलिए फॉलो करते हैं कि उनकी जो थिंकिंग है ना, जो वे ऑफ थिंकिंग है, वो बहुत सिंपल है। मतलब वो चीज़ों को कॉम्प्लेक्स नहीं करते। ना किसी को सवाल करो ना तो वो पर्सनल हो जाते हैं। वो हर बात को मजहब पे ले जाते हैं और हर बात को एक्सट्रीम लेवल पे ले जाते हैं। कोई भी दीन है वो कहने से ज़्यादा, जैसे सदगुरु ने कहा, कहने से ज़्यादा अमल सेल्फ के अंदर से पता चलता है कि आप क्या हैं।
I love watching videos about him. He is so wise and clever and speaks so much truth. I just love watching him and listening to his voice. He has such a soothing voice. It's just incredible. He is wise, he is witty, he is funny, he is so clever. I would love to experience one of his talks in person, because he was in Tennessee and talking to these ladies that he mentioned how, you know, in other religions such as Christianity, there is only one God, and so many people refer to that God as a man because that's what everyone just assumes. And obviously these ladies were like, why can't it be a woman? And then he obviously talked about how in India, there in the religions you have so many different gods, that some are men, some are women, some are like animals and different types of creatures. And like, it never occurred to me, like, it sounds silly, but until someone tells you something, you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, that makes total sense.
तो दोस्तों आपने देखा जो दूसरे देशों के लोगों ने भी इस पे रिव्यू दिया है। तो आपका क्या मानना है दोस्तों? अगर ये वीडियो आपको अच्छा लगा तो प्लीज़ इसको लाइक कर दीजिएगा और शेयर कर दीजिएगा। और अगर आपके मन में भी कुछ है तो आप प्लीज़ कमेंट बॉक्स में ज़रूर मेंशन कीजिएगा। जैसे कि पहले कहा, नए हैं तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिएगा। ऐसे ही नए वीडियो, नए कंटेंट आपके सामने लाते रहेंगे हम। जल्द ही मिलेंगे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक जय हिंद, जय भारत।